Journey to the West, Chapter 2. Sun Wukong learns the 72 transformations and defeats the Demon King. After the Monkey King received the name Sun Wukong, he was overjoyed. He diligently followed his master, Patriarch Subodhi, and his senior brothers to learn various skills. Every day he studied speech manners, reading and writing, and even helped with sweeping and carrying water. Time flew by, and 6 or 7 years passed in the blink of an eye. One day, Patriarch Subodhi ascended a high platform to preach the Tao. As he spoke, it seemed as if countless beautiful petals floated down from the sky, and golden lotuses sprung up from the ground. His voice was like celestial music, conveying profound truths. Sun Wukong, listening nearby, was so delighted that he scratched his ears and cheeks in excitement, seeing him in such a state. Patriarch Subodhi asked, "Why are you acting this way?" Sun Wukong replied, "Master, your teachings are so wonderful that I can't help but feel joyful." The Patriarch then asked him how long he had been in the cave. Sun Wukong said that he once went to gather firewood behind the mountain and found a peach grove where he ate peaches 7 times. The Patriarch laughed and said that the grove was on Rotten Peach Mountain, and he had been here for 7 years. He then asked Sun Wukong what skills he wished to learn. Patriarch Subodhi introduced many arts. The art school could summon spirits, divine the future, and tell fortunes, but it did not grant immortality. So Sun Wukong refused to learn it. The flow school included many branches of knowledge, which sounded impressive. But when he learned it couldn't grant immortality, he declined again. The stillness school required meditation and sitting in contemplation, but it wasn't permanent either, so he passed on it as well. The movement score also didn't offer immortality, so Sun Wukong refused to learn it. Angered, Patriarch Subodhi struck Sun Wukong 3 times and walked away with his hands behind his back. The others criticized Sun Wukong, but he was clever and realized that the Patriarch intended to teach him secret skills at night. That night, Sun Wukong quietly got up and went outside the door. He saw that Patriarch Subodhi's door was half open, so he hurried inside and knelt by the Patriarch's bed. Seeing that his master was asleep, Sun Wukong did not dare to disturb him and knelt quietly. After a while, Patriarch Subodhi woke up, and Sun Wukong quickly explained his intentions. The Patriarch, pleased with his eagerness, taught him the art of immortality. 3 years later, Patriarch Subodhi once again preached to his disciples. Suddenly he asked, "Where is Sun Wukong?" Sun Wukong stepped forward and knelt down. The Patriarch acquired what path he had been practicing, and Sun Wukong replied that he had gained a deep understanding of the Tao and had strengthened his spiritual roots. Patriarch Subodhi warned him that he must still guard against the 3 calamities. Sun Wukong was startled, and the Patriarch explained that this was a path beyond the ordinary, and once the elixir was formed, even ghosts and spirits could not tolerate it. After 500 years, there would be a thunder disaster. If one could survive it, they would live as long as the heavens, but if not, they would perish. After another 500 years, there would be a fire disaster, which would arise from the wellspring beneath and could turn 1,000 years of cultivation into nothing. After another 500 years, there would be a wind disaster, blowing into the 6 organs through the fontanelle, causing the body to decay. Sun Wukong was terrified and begged Patriarch Subodhi to teach him a way to avoid these calamities. Initially, the Patriarch hesitated, but eventually he taught Sun Wukong the 72 transformations and the somersault cloud. One day, Sun Wukong demonstrated his new skills to his fellow disciples by transforming into a pine tree, which delighted everyone, however. This commotion reached Patriarch Subodhi, who became furious and ordered Sun Wukong to leave, warning him never to reveal that he had been his disciple. Sun Wukong had no choice but to bid farewell to his master and return to Flower Fruit Mountain. When Sun Wukong returned to Flower Fruit Mountain, he discovered that a demon king of chaos had been bullying his fellow monkeys. Furious, Sun Wukong set out to take revenge. The demon king lived in the water-stained cave at the foot of a steep mountain. The mountain was sharp and imposing with deep winding ravines, and its cliffs were adorned with strange flowers and plants, with dragons and tigers lurking about. Sun Wukong's riding his somersault cloud. Soon arrived at the cave outside, he saw goblins dancing. But when they spotted him, they fled. Sun Wukong called them back. declaring himself the ruler of the Walter Curtain Cave of Flower. Fruit Mountain here to take revenge on the Demon King. The goblins hurried to report to their master. After hearing Sun Wukong's description, the Demon King donned his armor, grasped his sword, and marched out with his horde. When Sun Wukong saw the Demon King, he noted his imposing appearance. A helmet of black gold on his head, a robe of black silk on his body, a suit of iron armor beneath, flower-patterned boots on his feet, a waist as broad as 10 men's and a height of 3 gems, wielding a bright, menacing sword. Sun Wukong insulted the Demon King, who mocked him in return, calling him small and weaponless. Sun Wukong responded that he would make the Demon King see the error of his ways, and they leapt into battle. The Demon King blocked Sun Wukong's initial attack and suggested they fight unarmed. They exchanged punches and kicks, but Sun Wukong soon struck the Demon King hard with a blow to his ribs and another to his groin. The Demon King, in pain, retreated and swung his sword at Sun Wukong, who quickly dodged, realizing the Demon King's ferocity. Sun Wukong plucked a hair from his body, blew on it, and transformed it into several hundred small monkeys that surrounded the Demon King. The small monkeys were quick and agile, immune to the Demon King's weapons. They swarmed him, pulling, tugging, attacking his groin, tripping his feet, slapping his face, poking his eyes, and pinching his nose, leaving him helpless, seizing the opportunity. Sun Wukong snatched the sword and defeated the Demon King. Then he led his troops into the cave, exterminated the goblins, rescued the captured monkeys, and set fire to the water-stained cave. Sun Wukong returned to Flower Fruit Mountain with the monkeys, who were overjoyed. They arranged a feast to celebrate his victory over the Demon King and inquired about his adventures. Sun Wukong recounted his journey, earning high praise from the monkeys. He told them how he had crossed the Western Ocean to the continent of Sinew, where he was fortunate enough to meet a great master who taught him the art of immortality. The monkeys cheered, saying they were blessed beyond measure. Sun Wukong then revealed that his surname was Sun and his given name was Wukong, prompting the monkeys to dub themselves the second son, third son, and so on as they all celebrated together.